So we know UIM Provisioning Center simplifies the administrative and operational tasks within a vBlock, but what about the ongoing health? How do we ensure that the operational integrity and actual health of all the components is maintained? So again, we go into UIM Provisioning Center and we look at our services that we have defined there, but we can actually from there select to go into Operations Center. Operations Center is again a single pane of glass that gives you a consolidated view of all the alerts from within the different components within the vBlock. What you have is the ability to not only look at the alerts that come from each of those physical and logical components, but have those actually presented in a way that they're also aware of the service layouts within your vBlock. So it actually directly translates to the services defined within UIM Provisioning Center. From there, you can see that we can go into these alerts, and from there gets a detailed information around the the actual event that's been recorded, the reoccurrence of those, as well as that you can see through the hyperlinks. We can actually drill into those components that have raised those alerts and see actually the impacted objects that could be actually disrupted by situations that have raised that alert. So in this example, we can see that we've actually gone in, had a look at the blade, and we can see actually the virtual machines and the virtual apps that are actually associated with that blade. We can get a good visual representation of components and areas that are impacted by an alert, but we can also look at that from a different angle. So we can go into the topology views within Operations Center. Within the topology views, we have the ability through simple textual search engine of pulling up different components within there. Again, you can see we can pull up the services and the objects related to that we actually created within Provisioning Center. From there, we can actually drill into those objects and again pull up the actual topology diagrams around that are sensitive from that object on. So here, but we get that full sort of vBlock view around that actual component. We can also have the ability, you can see that we get extended information around those, see the direct relationship between each context. So you can select objects and it will show you the interconnectivity between those. We can also drill further into those objects. So within here we see the actual virtual apps. We can actually, through the vApp, see the actual virtual machines that are actually associated with that, and then also the UCS association. So let's have a look at that, how that actually relates back to Virtual Center. So here you can see within Virtual Center where we have our virtual app defined, and then actually that's a direct mapping to what's actually been presented to us within Operations Center. Again, giving you that single point of access that actually gives you the overall view on the physical layout of your vBlock, as well as actually the logical virtual layout of it as well. You can drill into each separate object as well and get more granular information. Find out about our associated alerts and actually dependent objects around that. We can walk the tree as well as the object. So you can see here that we can walk down via the logical and physical side of that. We can crawl down via the vBlock. We can crawl or come up from the top and go from the virtualization layer, go down to the virtual app, and get down into objects down to specific VM levels. If we select the VM, we can actually get again a topology diagram that will show that VM, and then again show those objects that are related to that directly. So talk about the vApp side and then the blade side. So talk about the compute and UCS side. You can again drill down further and keep drilling down. Start looking at what the storage and the network dependencies, etc. are. Giving a very simple way to actually, and a single point of access to not only see the ongoing health, but also track the codependencies and relationships within your vBlock, and from both physical and around the logical and the service layout with it domains within that vBlock. So we've seen that Operations Center gives that single point of reference for all the alerts coming from each of the individual physical and logical components within the vBlock. It also gives you a very simplistic visual representation of those components, allowing you to drill up and drill down through various objects and components within the vBlock, so that you know that all the intricacies of codependencies and relationships within there. But also allows you to actually integrate into your existing monitoring services. Through simple syslog forwarding rules that you define, you can actually direct those alerts that have been picked up through Operations Center to your existing monitoring services, allowing you to define rules around ticketing and actually escalation, etc., around each of the components within vBlock. You know, it can be targeted to particular groups, whether it be via the services or via the actual physical components, maybe to your storage or networking teams. So Operations Center allows you to actually ensure the ongoing health, the ongoing manageability of your vBlock is assured, and if not, that you are actually aware of it.